Hey crafty friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of the craft with me for summer and crafts that I need to get done and out of my craft room. If you haven't watched part 1, pause this video, go and watch part 1. There are a lot of fun crafts in that video. I made some mistakes were made, and I've done something that I have never done before and tested out something that I didn't know it was possible. So be sure to check out part 1 if you have not watched it. And we're going to go ahead and continue on with this video. We have a lot of iron-on crafts, so let's just go ahead and get into it. As I mentioned in my intro, most of these crafts are iron-on projects except for one. So hopefully you enjoy some iron-on projects. I'm actually doing something completely new, so I'm really excited. So I bought this notebook from Target a little while ago, and instead of keep on doing gold, because I feel like gold foil, I should say, I feel like I keep on doing that over and over when it comes to Target's notebooks that I buy, mainly because they're embellished in gold. I thought it'd be interesting to do a print then cut iron on and then do a gold foil outline, you know, like an offset. So I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know if it's a possibility, but you know what, we're gonna go ahead and just give it a try and see how it works. And if it doesn't work, then we'll just have these pretty little butterflies that we're just going to see. Let's see, I think I may have to cut them. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to cut them. I kind of just played around with it. This actually came as, that was my heat press. This came as, and let me lint roll this actually, as a set, and I just kind of left the design as is, and if it worked, it worked, and if it didn't, it didn't. Okay, so we're just going to kind of wing it. No pun intended. Wing it. Okay, sorry, that was a little corny. Okay, I may have to cut this one and kind of put it here. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Okay. Now I know in the other video I made my own notebook, and you're probably thinking, well, Rachel, why don't you make a new one? And you know, that one was for my daughter, and you would be asking a very good question, but the thing of it is, I'm just going to go ahead and tack this down. It's a very good question to ask, and I had already bought this and I need to decorate it. And this one's obviously going to be for me, or if I end up not using, well, no, because I think this is, I forgot to open this up and show you guys, so I'll show you that once I get this ironed down. But this says to do, to call, to email, to buy, and I love this. So I don't, believe it or not, I don't like making lists on electronically. I am just not a fan. I like to handwrite things down because I like the satisfaction of crossing things off, and you can't get that same satisfaction you know, on phone. So here, just opening up a page while that cools down, you have to do, and then you have to call an email to buy/order, and then you have don't forget, and then the date, which I love this because you can use this for work. I do a lot of purchasing for my department, so I could, you know, put that there. In fact, I gotta make a purchase order here soon, but for work. But, or you can do this, you know, as your grocery list, you know, whatever. However you want to approach this. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there, and then I think this one's going to go, I need to take this off first before, and I don't want to take this off before it's ready. And then while that's cooling down, in fact, we can multitask here. And this is not iron on. I think I said earlier it's iron on, but it's not. It's actually printable vinyl. I apologize for misrepresenting it. And I purposely did that because I don't know how well printable iron-on would work with ironing onto this material, let alone the gold foil. So yeah, That's something that I may test in a video just for that. Like, hey, let's test out some materials, because if you watch, and I just ripped little guy's antenna off. Oh, nuts. Oh, well, it happens. If you watch that video, and there goes another one I ripped off. I kind of figured it was going to happen because it was so delicate. But if you watch that video, I tested if you can add iron-on to a tumbler, and you can. I just don't know how well it's going to hold up in the wash. And you're not supposed to wash it anyways, but you know, whatever. It is what it is. Okay, so I'm gonna peel this up very carefully. Yep, it's doing pretty good. Lovely. It did really, really good. Okay, so I think I overheated it, and it wasn't the fact that it was not down. It was down. It's just I think I overheated it. Sometimes that happens. So hopefully this is not an omen of what is to come, because I don't know how well these are going to stick onto the foil. So I just thought I'd give it a try. And you know, it's just me that's going to see this. So if it doesn't look good, it is what it is. But I'm just going to use my tweezers for the smaller one. Oh, it's going to stick down nicely. Oop, if I can put it down nicely. There we go. Oh, that's so cute. Okay. And then we have this one. Here we go. Okay, so this is something that's new that I've never tried. And I don't know what, I was like, I need to, you know, I kept on thinking to myself, I need to try something new other than just keep on adding foil to these notebooks, as I've been here, done this before, and I feel like you guys have seen it time after time. And so I thought I would give something else a try. And if it doesn't work, at least you guys can learn from my mistakes and not the do yours at a cost, right? Or waste yours at a cost. So the only thing is, it doesn't look as super awesome as the antennas. Like, they're gone, so it kind of looks wonky. But again, to avoid that, you can do an offset on these that is not as big as your offset of your foil, and you know, to combat how frail it is when weeding. I think I could have gone a little bit easier, but again, it's still so super thin. It was bound to happen. I knew it was going to happen, despite how hard I attempted to, how careful I attempted to try to weed this out. So I kind of went in there not really caring if I was going to, if it was going to make sense, or if it was not going to work or not. So, and of course, since, you're doing an iron-on, and you don't have to worry, with no lettering, you don't have to worry about if it's not mirrored, but you do if you're doing what I'm doing, because then you're going to have to mirror it, like, so you might need to make sure that you pay attention to that. Okay. Go. And it sticks on there like a dream. Now this one I may need to bring in some parchment paper to help align this a little bit better. Okay, I'm gonna be very careful. I don't think I'm gonna use my reverse tweezers, and I'm just gonna kind of put this on here. There we go. Wow, okay, it works. So something that you can try is to add foil. It doesn't have to be iron-on. You could just use foil vinyl, but I chose iron-on because I think it was going to adhere better to this type of material, and that's why I chose that. And then you can add your print and cut. Something to think about. We are going to do an iron-on for a shirt, and now here's the thing. I'm doing it for my daughter. It's pink, and this is for light fabric. So I if you remember from the video, the first video, I did a shirt for myself, and it was a white shirt, and I just didn't want to waste printable iron-on. So I just went ahead and just did the same design on the white one because I want to use this up. I really don't care for the iron-on printable iron-on for white fabrics or light fabrics, so I wanted to use it up. Now you're going to want to peel this off carefully. Now if you have, you know, different pieces that are not connected together, then you're going to want to get some heat resistant transfer tape. I do have some and I don't need it because this is all connected together, so I don't want to waste it. But you know, this is just one piece, so I don't mind not using it. Okay, so I'm just gonna place that little cutie patootie here. Okay, let's stick that in there and just get this centered. And I need to pull this down. How's that look? I don't know, I feel like it's kind of like, I know the head's leaning towards the right, so I'm trying to base the center off of this line here, and that head tilt is throwing me off. Okay. I'll put my parchment paper over there, over the design, and I'm just going to go ahead and use my mini press. I really don't recommend using your mini press. I'm going to use, oh, I was on the high setting. Whoops. Oh, that's why my notebook, some of that foil came off. It's because I had it on the high setting, and so I overheated it. Oh my goodness. All right, well, there you go. I do recommend going on Cricut's website to see what temperature that you should use, and you should probably use the larger heat press, because I don't think it's encouraged to move your heat press around, because especially since if you're not using heat resistant tape, I'm not, so I'm just kind of being lazy, if I'm being honest. I don't want to get out my bigger heat press. The rest of the projects are pretty small in nature, so I'm just sticking with my small but mighty heat press. And I have noticed, though, on the shirts that I have done with my larger heat press and use the correct time and temperature, the vinyl lasts longer on the shirt than, you know, than what I'm doing now. So, you know, play by the rules, don't play by the rules. You know, it's kind of like money. You get what you pay for type thing. So you get with what the time and effort you put into it, right? So there's that. Okay, I'm gonna lift this up. And okay, so the white did okay. I believe this bunny was pink. Wasn't it pink? Or I mean, wasn't it white? I'm almost certain it was white, but because it's for, gosh, now I can't remember if this was supposed to be, the bunny was pink or like a blush color, or it was white. But if it was white, it took on the color of the shirt because it's that see-through. So, you know, just be aware that you're using the right one. I kind of figured that it was gonna, you know, you're gonna be able to see the pink through the white, because it says it's for light fabric, but honestly, you should only use it for white fabric. But it's fine, it's still cute. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do one more iron-on, and then we'll switch into the one and only project that does not include iron-on. So I apologize, I don't think I planned it this way, but it just happened to go this way, and well, yeah, it's fine. So this is from Target, and it says strong as a mother, and then it has this cute little, I love the ruffle detail on both of them. So you got a little pouch there, and then you have a larger pouch, and I thought that was an opportunity to personalize it. So I actually kind of forgot, oh, here we go, what I wrote down. There we go. And I think, oh, I just wrote down blessed. But that was cute. I almost did tired as a mother. I thought that would be kind of cute. Oh, shoot. I forgot that I had these little lines. Okay. Whoops, daisy. Here we go. All right, I'll fix you. And there we go. Actually, I kind of like it like that, so I'll just leave it. Okay, and then we'll get the middles. I feel like I've been using a lot of greens and glitter gold in these past 2 videos. Or in this video and the past video, I should say. And then I'm going to go ahead and get that there. I think that looks good. And I'm going to go ahead and put my press on there and heat that up. I think that has finally cooled down, so I'm going to pull that release paper back. And it laid down like a dream. Oh my goodness, I love it. Oh, I love the gold on this green. Okay, so you all know me that I like to use my stamps with my everyday decor, and I found this really pretty picture frame from Amazon. I'll be sure to link that in the description area for you guys, so if in case you want to go grab it, I'll have it listed. And if you guys know me and you've been around my channel, you all know that I don't really like to have pictures of myself and my family around my house. It's just not my thing. So I like to use picture frames to customize, and I thought this would be super cute for one of the bathrooms that I have in my house. I'm not sure which one, but I thought that would be super cute, and so therefore since this is going in the bathroom, I want to use the Lawn Fawn Rub-a-Dub stamp set and die set. So I'm probably going to stamp more than I need, just because I'm not quite sure of the direction I want to go with this. So in that event, I can always just keep it and then actually create a card with it. So I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of paper from a previous project. And I don't think I'm going to do a sentiment. I mean, you could if you wanted to, but I thought this would be cute without it. So I'm just going to add just the images. I'm not sure which duck I want to do. So I might do that one, or let's see, I probably need a bigger piece of paper. Okay, I think we got it. There we go. And I'm just going to use my fingers to get that coating off. Now, just so you know, when I make cards in a Craft With Me video, I typically don't show the whole process. I tend to skip over things that I normally would not skip over in an actual card video. So I'm going to do you guys the same thing, and I'm going to skip over the coloring process and just kind of, I don't think I need a double stamp. Well, I might just double stamp it out of habit. But I'm going to skip over the coloring process and just get straight to, well, no, I'll fast forward the coloring process, and then I'll skip over the die cutting process, and then we'll just play around with our cute little frame. Okay, let me go ahead and get this cleaned up, and then I'm going to pick out my marker selection, and then we'll get to coloring. and got everything all die cut out, and what we need to do next is find a really pretty pattern paper to go with it. So I went ahead and grabbed my Minte papers, Lullaby Lane, and oh my gosh, it has so many cute things. I just wish this was a little bit bigger and I could totally frame this. I might do that. That is so super cute. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so I was thinking of doing the cloud background as an option. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that out of there. And actually I really don't like this pattern, so I don't feel too terrible to use that. It's like you hate to use your scraps. I mean, I know I do. Or you just hate to use such beautiful cardstock. So let's see here. I think what I'll do is just line this. What is it? It says it's 4x4. And it's chamfered on the corner. Okay, so I don't need to line that up. I will just use my paper trimmer and cut this down to 4. And this will get cut down to 4 inches. All right, and then of course I'm going to keep that because you never know. And then what I'll do is I'll just have the corners cut at an angle. Hopefully I don't cut too much off. Okay, there we go. All right, pushing that off, and then we'll bring this back in. There we go. Fit, oh yeah, it fits in there like a dream. Haha, dream in its clouds. Okay. Let's see how that looks. Oh, that is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. What do you guys think? Now, the question is, do I want to put the ducks in with the frame, or do I want to put it, like the scene, do I want it to go on top? Because I was thinking of having it go on top to have some type of dimension, and I think I like that. Oh yeah, for sure. So I can have something like this. Okay, let's put that in with bubbles. And you don't need a saying on here. You could add some vinyl if you want. That'd be cute, but I'm not going to. And then I think I'll do this little ducky. Oh my goodness. It's so stinking cute. I love it. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Alright, so since we're putting it on the glass, or do I want this one? I can't remember if I want, I decide, let me see. No, I don't like that one. Okay, well, I can use it for another card. Alright, so I need to, I'm going to go ahead, I'm using removable tape runner because I don't want this to be permanent on there, because I'm sure I'll reuse that frame. It's too cute not to. And so I'm just going ahead and add some removable double-sided tape. I don't think I added any. Actually, I'm going to probably use glue for this part. And glue that down. I ended up, my marker ended up bleeding, and so I had to redo it, and luckily I did, because I didn't leave enough room for the bubbles and the bathtub. So you can see that's why that got, and you know what, actually before I glue down the bubbles, I do want to put my shower head on top, and then, oops, let's put that there. There we go. And then I'll add a little bit more glue. So if you're doing this, make sure you give enough room for your die to cut the bubbles. Need to stick her in there like so. That is so stinking adorable. Come on. So easy too, y'all. Seriously. Okay. And then I think I might pop up the duck, the mama duck. And then I just kind of want to play around with placement. Okay. I think that's good. Okay. So I'm going to bring in my tape runner and just add a little bit of tape. And I'm just bringing in this because I don't want to add tape to my glass mat. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in a foam square. You don't have to do this, and I'm only going to do one. And let's see. Again, I'm kind of wanting to play with the positioning. Yeah, I think that's kind of cute. Okay, so let me get my reverse tweezers so I can get my big fingers out of the way. And let's place this where it makes sense. Okay. This is how you can stretch your supplies. So don't just limit your card supplies to just cards. Okay. I think I might need a, oops, here we go. I don't know if that's staying. I don't want to peel this off. Let me see if I can lift this up a little bit and then just add it directly. There we go. That worked. And then what I'll do to take this even a step further is add some accents to it. And I'm going to use my diamond stickles to twinkle. And let me just make sure, there you go. Okay, and then I'm just going to go ahead and add some soapy bubbles to this. Oh my goodness. I love it. Oh, so cute. Holy crap. And you don't even, if you don't have stamps and dies, go on the internet. They have something like this. Print it off, color it. If you don't want color in it, find an image and then put it in there. But how fun is that? Oh my gosh, this turned out way better. Can you see that glitter too? Okay, so back to the iron-on. I have this table runner. I feel like this is so pretty for summer, and of course, since we're doing that green theme, that's mint green, and these pastel oranges, I thought it'd be kind of cute to add that gold glitter again. So I just found an SVG that kind of reflects, or that is, I believe it says summer vibes. Again, I kind of cut all this out in preparation for this video a week ago, so it's been a minute. Yep, summer vibes, I was right. I don't have font information, of course, because this is an SVG, but you can totally try to make it your own if you don't want to buy it, but I'll link the SVG for y'all. There's that. Did I lint roll it? I don't think I did. There we go. Okay, and then let me just kind of use that to help push that up. Okay, and then this is totally giving me like beach vibes. I love it. Yes, that looks really cute. Oh, I'm loving gold with this color palette. This gold glitter with this color palette. It's so pretty. Oh my goodness, love it. Okay, peeling that back carefully, making sure that I'm looking at all the vinyl as I'm peeling up that release paper, just to make sure nothing is lifting. And it did beautifully, oh my goodness. And if you have any lifting, just place that liner back down or put some parchment paper, which is what I prefer. That way you're not having to deal with that a tug again. And I need to iron this and get that crease out of there, but oh my goodness, I love it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side off camera, and then, but we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next craft. For the final craft, I have this nice little mouse pad. I'm actually just gonna try to sneak it on out of there and throw that away. I love it. It's so super cute, and I just went ahead and used a fun new font to do my monogram, and of course I had to do it in foil. Now, I'm actually not going to use this as a mouse pad. You can, of course, but I'm not going to. I'm going to use it to, when I have a bunch of, oh gosh, like for my dies, and I have a bunch of holes I need to poke out with using my pokey tool. I want to use this so that way I'm not poking into my glass mat, because if you guys have the Glass Board Studio, they're great, but they're scratch resistant, but they're not scratch proof. And so I don't want to keep on getting my glass mat all you know, all scratched up. So I am going to poke on here. Now, this may ruin the iron-on, and if it does, then, you know, lesson learned. Okay, won't do it again, right? But I think I have that not centered. But anyways, so that is the idea here of using this. But of course, you don't have to do anything. You could just use a regular mouse pad. And you don't have to monogram it, but it's like, you know, that's like telling a crafter you can't craft. Like, that's just silly. We need to customize it, right? And I don't know why I cannot get this straight. And I know it shouldn't matter because it's just, you know, because I may, but it's gonna matter to me. Oh my goodness. I think this is good. So I'm gonna leave that there. I did turn down my heat press to medium, and you know, it is going to get poked at. So, you know, this may not, having iron on to your, or adding iron on to your mouse pad may not be the brightest of ideas when you're going to use this to put your paper down and to poke the holes out, because all you're going to do is just keep on poking that vinyl. But I don't know, I thought I'd give it a try, and if it, you know, wears down, it wears down. What I like about this mouse pad is it has this little grip, so that way it's not going to be sliding everywhere. And I probably will have to flatten this out, because adding this heat, when you do that to mouse pads, they tend to bow up a little bit, or bubble up, I should say. So I'm probably going to have to try to flatten that down, because if not, it would be kind of obnoxious trying to put paper on here when it's starting to, see, it's starting to lift here. So I want to make sure that I avoid doing that, and just kind of testing to see where it's at. Okay. So I do apologize if iron-on projects is not your thing, and so this video might have been a little bit boring for you if you stuck to the end. But I should have planned out my part 1 and part 2 better, you know, and divided them up a little bit. But honestly, I was thinking I was able to fit everything in one video, but it was just getting to be too long, especially with that first craft, with the book, creating that book. I spent a lot of time on that. So, and again, I want to be mindful of everybody's time. Okay, so I'm just cooling this down. I don't know if I applied enough heat to this, so I may have to come back to it and hit it with the press. Oh no, it's doing pretty good. Now you're seeing like a little bit of texture through it, and that's the texture of the material. Oh no, I did some overheating there. Dang. See, you got to be careful with that. Okay, almost perfect. Dang it. That one part, and I don't think I can iron that down. That's okay. It is what it is. So, all right, see, you got to be careful with over foiling your project. Okay, well, that is the last craft project of the part 1 and part 2 series. Let me just go ahead and bring in the crafts that we just did in today's video. I'm not going to bring in everything together, and then we can see what the crafts look like as a collective. Oh my goodness, this turned out amazing. Again, I apologize for all the iron on, sorry my fan's turning off currently. I apologize for all the iron on projects in this video, but it just happened to land that way. But oh my goodness, these turned out so amazing. I cannot believe that I haven't done print and cut on top of HTV or vinyl in general, so I'm going to definitely try that more often. I'm loving this gold with this mint green and these pastel colors. It's just absolutely perfection. And of course, y'all, I mean, I know I messed up on this one, but it's not going to be a big deal. It's going to get poked at, so it is what it is. And this one is just so stinking adorable. I absolutely loved how this turned out. It's my favorite. All right, well, thank you so much for watching this video. I will be sure to give this video a hype. This really helps out my video. Let me know which craft project out of this video you like the most, and then out of all of them, between part 1 and part 2, let me know which one is your favorite. All right, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you all in the next card craft or craft haul video. Bye.
Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my mommy's channel. Bye bye.